Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at some of the tensions which run through leadership. Maishu arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, president of Dale Carnegie Train Japan, and best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcasts hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Supuro Podcasto. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Sundays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is sounds good. Ii ne. Ii ne. Ii ne. Why don't we go to Italian for lunch today? Ii ne. Ii ne. Ii ne. Why don't we go play golf this weekend? Ii ne. Ii ne. Ii ne. That sounds good. Yeah, good. Good. Hey, let's get together after work and have a few drinks. Ii ne. Ii ne. Ii ne. Ii ne. Ii ne. This is episode number 387. And today we are talking about the leadership equation. I remember reading once about a president reflecting on the cost controls he had instituted inside the organization. The industry had emerged from recession, and even though the economy and the company had recovered, he had forgotten to ease the strict controls he had instituted to protect the company. COVID-19 has forced many of us to institute strict controls in order to survive the business disruption caused by the virus. When should we release some of these stringent controls? This is a tricky subject at any time, but it becomes more pungent when you are coming out of a long tunnel. As Winston Churchill once remarked, if you're going through hell, keep going. Very clever and witty, but when we have come out the other side of COVID-19 hell, exactly at what point do we need to ease off the vice-like pressure we've been applying to expenses and investment? In any business, there is always tension around a couple of staples. Control and innovation seem to be in contradiction. Compliance, regulations, controls are there to protect the business. Systems have to work at scale regardless of who is employed in the business. There has to be consistency, and production sequences need to work to make deadlines or to ensure the required quality. When I was working in retail banking, there were so many regulations and audits regarding what we were doing. Every process had to be documented and followed according to the letter of the specified designation. People didn't get into trouble for varying from the procedures. It was hiding the variation that proved to be career-ending. They were too scared to admit they had not followed the procedures and so tried to hide the fact away. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. And at some point, it all comes rolling out and rolls right over the top of the individual, and they are summarily fired for hiding the offence. On the other hand, we want people to be innovative. We know the danger of groupthink and also of being left behind by more creative rivals. Staff, witnessing the career-ending variances from the established tried-and-true methods, are not much induced to try new stuff. How do we get innovation when we have the system tied down so tight there is no room for mistakes? Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do these in our Super Safe Classroom. We do them in our live online format, our platform. We do them in Japanese. We do them in English. So today's show is sponsored by, on the 4th of December, from our Professional Leadership Series, we're looking at innovation. On the 8th of December, we're looking at human relationships and communication skills. On the 11th of December, we're looking again in our Professional Leadership Series at analysing problems and making decisions. Our website is at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can find out more about our courses there. If you like learning by watching videos, well, we have tons, over 1,000 videos for you at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out every Monday. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic alone, on leading in Japan. So every second Thursday, we also release the Business Pro Television. Don't forget, get my books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery. Both are available on Amazon. Welcome back. There has to be a different mentality around mistakes. Japan is a mistake-free zone. There have been decades of bosses very publicly screaming abuse at staff for screwing up. This curtailed people's interest in doing anything new or better. The boss has to now take the lead here. The staff need to be told clearly what can't be played around with for compliance or regulatory purposes, but also what is up for grabs. Mistakes can be said to be tolerated, but if the talk isn't matched by the walk, the experiment in 100 flowers blooming dies on the spot. Sounds easy, but just where is the line? How big a mistake are you personally, as the boss, prepared to tolerate? When Lee Iacocca called in one of his marketing executives at Chrysler Following a major failure on a new model launch, that executive was expecting to be fired. To his amazement, Iacocca said, "Fire you? We just spent millions educating you. Can you be like that?" We set the temperature for innovation by how much we celebrate the learnings from failures. We might not be as big-minded about losing millions like Lee Baby was, but still, there will be opportunities to demonstrate that we never fail because we always learn. We are going to come out of COVID-19 in 2021. So although we can't set a specific date to loosen the controls, we still need to set a date to remind ourselves that we need to reevaluate where we are in the business cycle. Now is also the time to look for innovation which can be implemented once the cash flow has been stabilized. Plan now and pour in the investment when the time is right, rather than waiting for the cash to be there first and then start the planning. We need systems and rules to protect the company, and we need innovation to take the company forward. It cannot be either, it has to be and. Striking that balance has no roadmap and is difficult to get right. But if we can be directionally right and at the right scale, then we are going to be on the right track. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, and tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Go to our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success here in Nippon.